so I know this lighting is pretty bad. Hopefully these videos will get better. Today is October 9th, and I'm about to go and expand my collection of Bigfoot Squishmallows. I don't know if you guys know, but Squishmallow's brand has a line of a bunch of different Bigfoots, and I've been collecting him or her or they, and they're so cute. So cute. I didn't know they were Bigfoots until recently, until like a couple days ago. I used to just call them fluffy heads. And yeah, I am going to see if I can find supposedly a very rare one called Bren. He's like this gross kind of like Halloween type green Bigfoot, and I'm really excited. I hope I find him. A couple days ago, or not even a couple of days ago, a few days ago, we saw him at our local Freddy's, and there was only one of him. So hopefully we'll be able to find him. Hopefully he's not snatched up already. So good luck. Oh, you're so sleepy. You're so sleepy. Just waiting for me. What? Is it open? Oh. And it smells like Christmas because of these pine cones. Oh my gosh, they're unloading the Christmas. I just found out that Bren is apparently a girl. So judging from her description card, she goes by she, her. This thing here. So it's so cute. I'm so excited to put her on my bed. Gotta go look for the boyfriend.
It's all good. And then I called you. I don't know if you saw that. And I was like, okay, I have 3 numbers for you.
Oh, there he is. Continue. Ah, found him. Cool.
Anya.
Anya. I've gotten a cart because look at this whole clearance aisle. So I found an abandoned cart. I think it's a sign. It doesn't look like anyone's around. I'm just gonna take it. I found the Stanleys. I found the Stanleys. Just look at the leaves. Oh my goodness. Okay, finally. That took way too long to set up. I also need to get used to looking at the camera and not at the little viewpoint. As promised, I will be going over some of these books right here. A lot of these books, or most of these books, aside from 2 of them, I have already read. Take 2. So a lot of these books are really good. They hold a special place in my heart because they're just books that I've read early on, after my 5-year reading slump has ended. Basically, these books I love them, and I'm gonna recommend them to you because I think that you might like them too. Let me just start with, Pan's Labyrinth. I know it's probably backwards on the screen. I need to figure out how to do that, reverse that, but this book. I thought this book was gonna be a children's book. I was very wrong, very, very wrong, because it is quite gory. A lot of it is quite gory, and it's based around trauma and nightmares. Basically things that make up nightmares, I feel like. If you've read this book, you know, but if you haven't, let me read you the little synopsis here. This book is not for the faint of heart or weak in spirit. It's not for skeptics who don't believe in fairy tales or the powerful forces of good. It's only for brave and intrepid souls like you who will stare down evil in all its forms. Inspired by the critically acclaimed film written and directed by Oscar, can't pronounce his total name, his full name, I'm so sorry, and reimagined by New York Times best-selling author Cornelia Funke. I'm so sorry if I butchered those names. This haunting tale takes readers to a darkly magical and war-torn world filled with richly drawn characters, including trickster fauns, murderous men, child-eating monsters, and should I even go further than any of that? I mean, basically, this book is a thing of nightmares. It is cozy for me, and I know cozy is used very loosely, because cozy can mean a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people. But to me, this is like horror cozy. It's one of those things where, because it's not happening to me, it's pretty cozy reading about it happening to other people. Is that twisted? That might be a little twisted, but let me just show you the cover of this edition. It's just, I just fell in love with it the moment I saw it. I was just like, I have to have it. Look at that. How scared does that thing look? It looks scary. Really cool, but also really scary. When you read this and you get to know this character, he is one of those characters where you kind of, for me at least, during some parts of the book, I'm just like, wow, I would love to be his friend. He seems like a cool creature to hang out with. He seems to be powerful enough to protect me in this realm, but also so powerful that he could just kill me if he wanted to, just for fun. But he's something. That is the main character right there. She is crazy. I I don't even know how to describe her. She is so brave, and I read this book a while ago, so she's something else. If I was her age, I feel like if those things were to have happened to me, I would have been scarred for the rest of my life. But yeah, she's pretty awesome. Read this. Especially if it's raining outside or stormy. Read this. Ugh, there's hair. Cup of coffee or tea. The coziest. Next up is going to be, these books, by the way, are very old. They're not new books. You probably have already read them, but if you haven't, the next one is The Near Witch. Again, it is flipped. It is backwards. I am sorry. The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. When I read this book, I didn't really like it, to be honest. The first time I read it, I was just like, when it ended, I was just like, I'm sorry. What just happened? Like, it ended so abruptly, and some of it didn't make any sense to me, but like the second time reading it, it was so cozy, very atmospheric, because just the first chapter, or even the first sentence really, the main character basically, she lives in this place where neighbors are far away. They are not next door. And one day, I'm very bad at this. I will get better. Basically one day, a mysterious boy shows up in this village, and he is not normal. He's not a normal kid. He obviously knows magic or something. He just disappears whenever he wants to and reappears like smoke, basically. The day after he shows up, Lexi is, by the way, the main character. So the day after she befriends him, children in the village start to disappear. They find out that there is a witch called the Near Witch, and she has come back to take revenge on that village because of some history that she had there. But basically, I'm not making this book seem very enticing, am I? Yeah, this book, I can tell you, it is very atmospheric. It is one of those books where you'll probably need to read when it's like close to sort of winter, mid-autumn, and it is cold outside and there's fog in the mornings, and you have, a nice and cozy drink in your hands, or you're under the covers and you're just having one of those like chill Sundays or whatever. This book right here, read it. It's really nice. It's really atmospheric. I have to say that again. Yeah. The next book is going to be, I think, one of my favorite books. I need to stop looking here. I need to start looking here. Sorry for pointing at you. Next book is going to be, I think, one of my favorite books. I swear to God, this little girl. It's like the same little girl that's like in this book. Different universe. I'm just kidding, no. But yeah, that kind of looks like her. She's even wearing the same dress. Anyway, this is one of my favorite books. Atmospheric, 10 out of 10. It's basically about this man who moves to Ireland with his wife. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I think you'll find out maybe the first or few chapters of the book that they have lost a family member very, very dear to them. Their relationship is not doing very well because of the loss of this family member. So him and his wife moved to her hometown in Ireland, and he stays with her in her childhood home. Weird things start to happen around that area, and he investigates more and more into these things and finds out lots of secrets revolving around this manor. I wouldn't say it's a manor, but it's a really big house. Lots of weird things happen. Why was I so close to the camera? Lots of things happen, and he finds out, secrets and things, and basically prevents things from happening, prevents things from reoccurring, I guess. So yeah, it's creepy. I think it's pretty creepy. It's not scary, so if you're not into scary books or whatever, this would be a really good book. If you're not into scary books or gory books, maybe stay away from this one. Yeah, maybe stay away from this one. This one is pretty gory, even for me. The description in this book, man. But yeah, this book is I think by far one of the coziest books I have ever read. And I read it again and again and again every single year. I've only owned it for like 3 years, but I've read it 3 times. Maybe 3 times? No, 2 times. 2 times. I'm going to read it again this year, so it'll be 3 times. But this book is just so cozy. It's like you are in the book. Like when you start reading this book, it's like you're there. And when the characters are trying to get away from these things, these situations, it's like you're on the edge of your seat because you're there. Like you're trying to get away from the situation or these characters that are in the book. It's not a very long book, but it is packed with things. I remember the first time I read this book, I had checked it out from the library, and I loved it so much after reading it. I loved it so much that I had to buy my own copy because I knew for a fact I'm going to be reading it again the following year. And I did. And I didn't want to keep checking it out because I was on hold for this one for quite a while. So I was like, I'm not going to be on hold again. I want to read it. I want to read it when I want to read it. So I got my own copy. Last book that I will recommend. Small Favors. Again, I am so sorry for the reverse cover on the screen. Small Favors. This book, I will probably recommend this book springtime and winter, fall, because it revolves around fairies. I wouldn't say fairies, like magical things, magical creatures, just scary magical creatures. The reason why I would recommend it for spring as well as autumn/winter is because I think, I also read this a while ago, but I think the book starts out in either spring or late summer. There's flowers, there's bees. The main character's father is a beekeeper, and it goes, and as we read it, you go into winter, you go into fall, you go into winter. But basically, just like with the Near Witch, a mysterious character shows up in town, and the town that the main character lives in is very secluded. I'm talking like, if you guys have seen the movie The Village, it's like that. Very, very secluded and away from society. Like, they have these things where they're supply runners. So basically, every so often, the townspeople get together and they figure out what they need. Like, for instance, if you're a shopkeeper, you need flour or you need sugar or whatever, and you can't grow it yourself, or you just are in need of certain ingredients and spices and things. Like if you need supplies, there's a supply run. So these people are designated, these designated people are, their job is to go into town and do these supply runs. And when this mysterious boy appears in this village, he brings with him some mysterious happenings. So the townspeople, you come to find out that the townspeople, they have made bargains, or they have needed favors. And they have been making those bargains with these creatures, I believe. And they don't tell each other, but because if you know, I guess in the fairy world, and when it comes to fairies, when you make bargains with them, or you accept favors from them, you need to pay back. Like, you need to pay them back. Otherwise, bad things happen to you. And that's what happens in this book, is that the townspeople get what's coming for them because they're like too cheap to pay back. Or they're just like too, you'll find out, you'll see. These town people are something else. But yeah, so bad things happen. Bad things start happening. And it's because these small favors aren't being paid. So yeah, those are the books that I will recommend to you. I will show you the 2 books that I'm currently getting into right now, or actually 3 books. One is an audiobook right now because I'm on a very, very long hold list for a physical copy. So I was just like, I have Audible, so I will just download the audiobook. First book, The Company. This one is weird. I am only on chapter 4, I believe. Yeah, on chapter 4. So, these children, they grew up in a very, like, I guess, wealthy family, because their family owns this company that they don't really know about. They just know that their father goes to work and he is very important and he owns this very important company. They know nothing about the company. But spoiler alert, not really spoiler alert, but you know, you can kind of guess. When their father passes away, or father figure passes away, they're left with this company that they don't know anything about. And as they start to learn about this company, they start to uncover really dark, really mysterious, really creepy secrets revolving around this company. And yeah, that's all I know about the book. I thought the cover was really, really pretty. It says here, a chilling Gothic thriller. That's all I needed to know. Aside from the cover, this was all I needed to know, and I was like, yes, this one. It even says here, diabolically good. So far it's pretty diabolically good, and I can't wait to read more. This one I found at our local Winco. I don't know if you have a Winco where you live, but it is like this big supermarket that sells food, some household items, and sometimes books. And I got this for like $5. They have like this little bargain bin sometimes, and they have a bunch of books that they sell for like half the price. And wow, this one was originally $27. Ooh, I got this for $5. It is called Honey Roasted by Cleo Coyle. I'm so sorry, this is backwards. Coyle. It is a coffee house mystery. Basically, this woman buys a coffee shop and it's haunted. That's all I know. It's haunted. So it's a mystery. It's a cozy mystery, I believe. And so she finds out what happened there, and I guess helps solve the mystery of what happened there, and makes coffee. The one that I'm listening on audiobook, it's called Diavola. I hope I pronounced that wrong. I hope I pronounced that right. It's called Diavola, and it is about this young woman who goes on this very cringy family trip to Italy. And she and her family stay at this, I keep saying manor. What is it? What? Stay at this very beautiful villa. Oh, it is a villa. And it's obviously haunted. This villa is haunted. And strange things start to happen. They fight a lot. Every single time they fight, something strange happens when the main character is by herself, whether it be during nighttime or daytime. Even in the daytime, she experienced some really creepy things. So the first thing that she experienced basically creeped me the heck out. She's there with her two nieces, and they're young girls. I think they're like 10 or 9 or whatever. And the first few nights that she's there, she hears them talking. They're not even supposed to be up this late. She hears them talking and giggling and, I don't know, doing things. And she's like, I gotta get to the bottom of this. Why are these girls still up? They're not supposed to be. They need to be in bed. It's late. Their mom is gonna be angry. Her and the main character are sisters, and they don't really get along too well. But so the main character, she's like, okay, I need to go tell these girls to get the heck to sleep, because if their mom finds out, their mom is somehow probably going to blame me, and there's going to be some stuff that goes down. So she's like, okay, let me go see what's going on. So she gets closer and closer, and she starts listening into, to whatever it is they're talking about. They start speaking in Italian. These girls don't know Italian, so it's not them. Late at night, can you imagine? Late at night, you hear little girls giggling, talking, and then as you listen in on them, they speak in a different language that they're not even supposed to know. That's creepy, isn't it? But and then there's another incident where she looks out to the pool and she sees 2 floating bodies, and obviously those bodies are not any of her family members' bodies because they don't look like they are. And so it's one of those things where she sees the bodies, and she blinks and they're gone. So it's pretty creepy. Recommend. So far, 10 out of 10. So if you like scary thrillers or scary books, so far it is not gory at all. So if you don't like gory, this is definitely a really good read. So far, I would recommend. That's it. I will get better at these. I have so many freaking notebooks. I don't know why I didn't write down the synopsis or write down what I need to say, because that would probably be more helpful than me rambling on and on and on about nothing. But I hope my rambling inspires you to read maybe at least one of these books. Hopefully this one right here. That one. Hopefully that one. I hope you at least read that one, or check them all out if you want to. These are old books. You could probably get them real easily at the library. You probably don't even need to be on any kind of wait list for these books, because they have already been recommended so many times on recommended books for fall or winter. But yeah, if you stuck around for this long, I am so thankful. Thank you so much for even tuning in, for even watching. And I hope to make more of these videos. I enjoy making them. I've always enjoyed kind of making videos and vlogs and things. I have family who live overseas, so I make little vlogs, and I would send them these vlogs. And I'm like, okay, well, if I make these little vlogs, why don't I just do long actual vlogs so that, you know, in the future I can look back and watch them myself and enjoy them. So to me, they're kind of like, in a way that it's like journaling, but video journaling. So, vernaling. That's probably why people don't call vlogs vernaling, because that sounds weird. But yeah, it's getting late. I gotta run to the gym. Gotta squeeze in a gym session soon and go to bed. Hope you guys have a good night. And hopefully see you soon. I need to look here. I need to put a sticker right there to kind of get my attention so I can look there. Okay, bye.